rich at first, now they on some bro shit,
Went behind my back, fucking on my old bitch,
Then the nigga flip, went and got a new bitch, Then that nigga flip, went and got a new bitch,
Went behind my back, fucking on my old bitch,
They was rich at first, now they on some bro shit,
I see the change now, they was on some different shit, Desi bitch the grip, make a rapper bite his lip.
I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, but we here, and this is why I do it. Today, days like today is why I do it. We got a friend of the room, friend of mine, for sure, and he brought some special guests with him. I couldn't be more excited for this interview. Y'all fitting to learn today. We fitting to teach y'all about these guys, man, because if they showed up with this man, then you know they fitting to be out of here. So let me tell y'all about who we got in the building today. We got, I'm old as hell, and I'm gonna say my big homie for sure in Iowa because he always been good to me. Crazy, I was going to Rent-A-Center to rent something. They said, oh, you know this guy? I said, yeah. He said, man, he's a legend. I'm at Rent-A-Center. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So entrepreneur, artist, father, man, legend. They say I say that too much. Well, today, guess what? They can't say that. I got Smoove G in the building. Smoove G from Smoove Corporate Entertainment, and he brought some special guests with him. Let me tell y'all who we got in the building. First we got, y'all not gonna believe this, but guess who we got in the building? We got Cortez Jr. in the building. And he here to see his dad put in work, and his dad is a legend. Let's be clear. I'm gonna keep saying that throughout this whole interview. We also got Bill Thousand from 8588 and 1,000 Angles Media. He will get you together. Man showed up with a camera on his back, showed up taking shots. So wants y'all to know if y'all need some camera work, holler at him. Guess what? We got Iowa City in the building. We don't get that here that often. You know what I'm saying? Because we in Des Moines. And we got Iowa City in the building today.
Salute.
We got MarQ Divine from Divine Media Group.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
These gentlemen are here to tell y'all about everything they got going on. And you know if they came with Smoove G, then it's lit.
Absolutely.
Let's go, man. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. I really do.
Thank you, man.
Smoove, this is your second time?
Second time,
Yeah, thank you. A friend of the room at this point.
Thank you for having us, man, for real.
Absolutely. And you brought some guests with you.
Oh, man, I brought some of the dopest, man.
Yeah, and if they with you, I believe that.
Official.
Keep it real. So I introduced everybody because they deserve an introduction.
Right.
But now if you want to kind of talk about who you got with you, you know what I mean? Kind of let them know, talk to the people.
You know, me and MarQ Divine been doing music for a minute, you know what I mean? So
Word.
I seen him on the cypher, you know what I mean? And he was just tearing shit up, you know what I mean? And
Was it like an Iowa City cipher specifically?
It might have been after the cipher that we did, I think, down here.
Yeah, it was a big thing back then. It was a lot going on in different cities with the cipher by itself. And I think Des Moines did it first with Jay Foster, a couple of
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, rest in peace of Jay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rest in peace of Jay.
And then it trickled down to Iowa City, and then we caught on to it, and I felt like it was necessary to do that. So I had a whole bunch of guys come.
You put it together, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Word.
Yeah, so
we're going to have to look that up. Maybe I'll throw the link in the video or something so people can check that out. Yeah, for sure. And we get,
This my man's right here. Go ahead.
I go by Bill Thousand, Iowa City by way of Cedar Rapids.
Man, we got the whole state in the building.
Whole state in the motherfucking building.
Tri-state connection.
You already know.
I love it. So are you an artist as well?
Yes, I am.
Absolutely. Yeah, you kind of a
artist.
multifaceted kind of guy.
Yeah,
huh?
I do it all, man.
I love it.
Gotta do it all.
Yeah, you got to. That's how you get where you got to go.
All about a dollar.
So I think initially we should probably talk about how you said y'all been doing music for a while, but we should talk about how y'all linked up with Smoove because Smoove's an honorary. He'd come here anytime.
Appreciate that, man.
How did y'all link up with him?
So I mean, honestly, I was tapping into bro for a few years. Like I chopped it up with him a couple years back to see if we wanted to work, and we didn't really touch on it because lives having things going on and stuff. And then at that time we was just kind of exercising, working on our craft and all that. And then this year previously I hit him up again, and I'm like, hey bro, I want to work with you, fam. Like I'm a fan of his music. Like he got the bars and lyricism like I do.
It's not a game. Big fan.
So we chopped it up and sent each other a couple tracks back and forth, and that's how it went, man. I think everything aligned perfectly. So
and then y'all was able to record together?
Absolutely.
What did that look like?
Well, so first the recording process, being in Des Moines and Iowa City, that's how we've been making it happen until now.
Sending it back and forth, kind of?
Yeah. So we were sending verses back and forth, and basically just sharpening
steel, sharpen steel. Big facts.
Absolutely. So that's how that happened, man. We've been rocking ever since. And then my man Thao, it's kind of the same thing. Me and Thao been working for years.
For years.
And we got a couple projects together, and then I pulled him on like, hey, bro, you gotta meet Smoove. You're a good brother, man, good lyricist like us.
He is.
We call each other Sayings now, so he's one of the Sayings, bro. So we definitely gotta make that happen.
So y'all had been making music together
Yeah,
already?
we got like, this will be our third album upcoming.
Word.
Yeah.
This will be our third album.
What are the other two called?
The first two are Fuck Business is Personal, 1 and 2.
Always.
And that's between, 2012 and 2014, I would say?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, so y'all been making music for a while.
Years.
For a long
Yep.
time.
So now you have another project coming, you said?
Yes, we do.
And it looks like there was a gap there.
Yes, it
So
was.
this one probably has a lot of
it's
a lot of
everything.
meaning to it, huh?
It's a lot of life. It's growth. It's called Grace and Gunpowder.
I love it.
Grace and Gunpowder comes out 9/19/25.
Oh, it's getting ready to come out.
It's coming out, baby.
So where do y'all record at?
I got my own studio.
Word, you
down
do?
in Iowa City,
Got his own
sir.
studio, yep.
So he just come over and get busy at my studio, and that's how we make things happen, man. And I think over the years, learning, all the ends as far as mixing, mastering, stuff like that, versus song development, all that
Invaluable.
came into play.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've been 25 years in the game, so.
Yeah, okay. So let me ask you this then, because Smoove is known for his work ethic.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it real. He's known for turning verses around at an incredible rate. You know what I'm saying? So if you felt the need to have to keep up when you send him something and it come right back,
Vice versa, baby.
Oh, yeah.
so I'm not gonna ask you.
Fast.
Yeah. And we feed off that energy. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I just seen it firsthand with both of these guys.
Word.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
are y'all gonna record anything together while you're here?
No, go ahead.
I mean, yeah.
That's you. Go ahead.
We're not recording here, you know what I mean? I plan on doing that down the line, you know what I mean? Him coming down here.
Just get in the studio for a few days.
Studio,
And,
Hell
and
yeah.
getting it in. And I'm going to go out to Iowa City, you know what I mean, and see what they got going down there. And
Absolutely.
doing the same thing. Because it's more organic when you're inside the studio. Sending verses.
Love it.
I like the old
Yeah.
school way. You know
and you can do both,
Yeah.
but then it just gives you a vibe of kind of how
You
somebody
feed
works.
off everybody's energy.
Yeah.
Especially if you do something new.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you put something together new, you know what I mean? So are y'all producers at all?
Yes, I mean,
So you produce as well?
Yeah, we sold the project
Man,
together. We produced the project together, like coming up with the theme and all that, and what goes into it, samples, voices, whatever we feel like is going to connect the project together. That's what a producer is. You come up with the
That's a fact.
vision. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
You put
A
it
lot
to
of people
work,
think
right?
it's the beat maker specifically,
Right.
and that's not always the case.
Not at
No,
all.
not at all.
Now, you did mention a long time, 25 years, a long time. How do you stay motivated?
I think for me, it's been in me since I was like 13. Like when I first started rhyming, I came to Iowa City, and from there I had another homie of mine, Chris Oman, and me and him connected. And we started doing a freestyle first, and then we got on the tapes. So with the tapes, we wasn't even writing yet. We was just making songs just off of what we knew. We was listening to Pop and all that.
Word.
And I was kind of studying their albums, like how they write their lyrics. And I even got to a point where I was writing their lyrics down and then seeing how a song is formatted from verse to hook and things like that. Once we learned how to write, then we really went crazy with it. Like we was in Iowa City first ones with a tape, front and back.
So that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, straight up.
So is Smoove on a new project?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
is.
Yeah.
So did that make y'all feel like y'all had to put the pen, or are you used to competing a little bit? Smoove has a type of rhyme style that makes you feel like you got, which I love it. I do as well.
Hey, listen, man, these guys are
High-level lyricists.
High level.
Love it.
You know
High
what I'm
level.
saying?
Hopefully
They-
we'll get to hear something
They
today.
inspire me, bro. You know what I'm saying? They
Which is
inspire
tough
me.
to do.
Same for him though, man.
Yeah.
That's big bro. So I was like, yo, man, he keeping me on my toes. And then the same thing with Thao is the same way. When me and him together, man, he keep me in the dojo too. You
That's
know?
the
We
best.
like
The
to
best
say-
teams do that.
We like to say we spar.
Word,
Yeah,
big facts.
Yeah.
Smart,
Iron sharpens iron, and that's all we do.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
And something I thought was interesting, because you said you've been doing it for so long. I know Smoove has been doing it for so long too. It must be dope to run into somebody who's had that same kind of grind of just not giving up.
Absolutely.
You
so
know?
refreshing, man. Refreshing. We've been looking for, I wouldn't say we was looking, but we have these discussions all the time about
All
what
the
the
time.
lyricists at, man. Like
Yeah.
what are the real ones that are passionate about the music and really want to put projects out
For sure,
without
100%.
egos getting in the way.
Yeah,
man.
the ones that dive deep into their craft,
Yeah, you don't see that a lot.
Yeah, you don't see it at all.
So-
and especially out here.
It's inspiring.
Out
That's
here,
a fact. You're right,
Yeah.
because probably in the New Yorks and LAs of the world and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
smack
in
dab
Iowa,
in the
it's
middle.
unique.
Yeah.
So y'all said y'all was from not from Des Moines, but have you always been in Iowa though?
Always been in Iowa. Yeah,
Like,
12, 13. So yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Smoove.
Yeah.
What's next for you though?
Well, I'm
Is it
working-
just trying to you know, put the homies on, or?
Well, you know, I'm working on the album with Velvet.
I should have knew that.
Yeah, Velvet Portier. You know what I'm saying?
Smoove gonna be working on the album for until it's over. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the first time that I actually did an album with one producer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's gonna give it a different synergy. You know what I mean? In sequence.
Hey, that's
You
what
know,
reinvented
and-
Nas a little bit.
Right.
When he came back doing just an album with, you know, a producer.
Right, with Hit Boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which were huge for him.
But Velvet is one of the coldest in the city.
We're
too.
gonna get him on here.
Yeah.
We
you
be
know what I
talking.
mean? So I want people to, you know, hear him out, hear his beats and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm working on that album as we speak. You know what I mean? But back and forth, I've been sending verses to all the homies and shit. I just did something with Ray West.
No, what I do. He's another one, obviously. Shout out to Ray, man. He's another one who inspires me because, you know, we've talked about this and maybe you could relate is, you know, as I got older, you know, taking care of my kid, work, all these things, it was hard to find inspiration. You know, I almost felt like I had to manufacture it because I was always by myself.
Right.
But anytime I got around people like him, he mentioned Ray, these guys who I saw never stop. It just inspired me so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the same thing with us, man. Like we've been putting in work for years and there's, you know, moments where real life happens and
Big
we
facts.
still got to keep it. Even with Smoove, we had that conversation when we first linked up recently and he was telling me like, bro, you got to stay doing the music because when you don't, that's when, you know, your mind start getting to you and then everything's happening
Man,
in the
that's so
world.
true.
It's like depression, the whole nine. Like, so you got to keep that going. I always remember that. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got to
Keep
I
it
gotta
going.
stay with that. Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this, because I have known Smoove for a while, so I kind of know his musical influences and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What are some of y'all musical influences, like that you either listen to now or that you listen to as you know back in the day as you were figuring out your style and things like that?
I would say I'm very East Coast driven. I do a little bit of all over.
I'm so glad to hear that, man.
Yeah, I'm East Coast driven. That's because it's it's the technical part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as being a lyricist and really relying on your craft to being great at what you do.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite lyricists would be, like you said, Big, Nas, Pac. But then I'm of the other ilk, which would be like the new age, which would be like Russ, J. Cole.
I think Russ underrated. Not really though. He get the sales because he's the biggest
That's what
independent
I'm
artist
saying.
of all time. Russ can rap.
Yeah, he can
Russ
rap.
can rap.
He can rap.
Right.
And then let's say Kendrick, you know, Drake, even everybody. Even old to new. So
And what is like
love
some and what are some of the beats that like if like producers that everybody's heard of? What are some of your favorite producers?
I say Harry Fraud.
Word.
I say I love Pharrell.
Word.
I
You see what Pharrell just did on his Clips album, bro.
Masterpiece.
Speaking of albums, right? We were talking about that.
Masterpiece.
But Pharrell got busy on this.
Yeah, he did his thing.
I feel like he felt like he was getting a little left out of some conversations or something because he came back with some heat.
Yeah, he woke him up with this.
Oh yeah,
He did.
Alchemist.
Well, he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, gotta be.
But that's that New York sound because I really love the
that
Heat
sound.
Makers
Yeah,
and things like that. I really love Just Blaze. Like I love that New York kind of the horns
That
and
gritty,
kind of
that gritty, yeah.
Like you just hit the game winning shot and it's big. You know, I love that. You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
And so, and what were some of your people you were listening to as you were coming up?
So like I said, I started rhyming from Pac. That's what kind of involved me on that. Of course, Big. And then as I got older, East Coast mainly, like the smaller towns like Rochester, New York, Buffalo, them type of things.
Yeah, I did a battle in Rochester, man, long ago.
Okay, that's crazy. That's what's up.
So you're a big Griselda fan, things like that.
38 Special, Ransom.
Ransom, another one, super slept on. Ransom gets busy.
I don't know if you know Little Etho.
No. Okay, or maybe, you know, you never know what you see in your algorithm. Because a lot of that shows up in my algorithm for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Ransom gets busy.
Yeah, man. So I listened to them all the way out to like Philly, man, Jersey area. You know what I'm saying? I stayed around.
I can see how this connection kind of worked out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How this connection worked out.
Yeah, like Thal said, it's technical, man. Like we love the art of the word play and how you put things together. You know what I'm saying? And
spending time with your pen. You know what I'm saying?
So just so people, because I know I'm going to take some heat, they're going to be like, oh, see, you from New York, so you was just kind of.
So you was fucking with them hard.
But so is there some things y'all listen to outside for all of y'all, outside of that kind of East Coast kind of corridor? You did mention Kendrick, obviously, you know.
I listen to everybody.
What are some artists that you guys listen to today that kind of come from a different type of cloth?
I listen to everything, man. Like I listen to all the old school shit. You know what I mean? I listen to the rappers that came before me. I listen to I pay attention to the young crowd and the young rappers. True. You know what I mean? Even if I might not fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? But I still kind of pay attention to see what the climate is like.
And you see some spitting going on. You know what I'm saying? There do be some, but it's just
few and far between.
It is.
Yeah, hell
it is.
And rap is so big now, though. You know, lyricism is not just coming from the East Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's damn
Well, yeah, you
everywhere
seen
now.
Joey and them going back and forth. So you
West
see,
East,
you know what I'm saying? But then West guys was
Yeah.
getting busy. They
They
was
get
trying.
busy.
They was rapping.
They get busy.
They was rapping. You know.
So-
But it is a different sound for sure.
It's a different climate.
I feel like the
Hell
East Coast has much more of a gritty is the word I use as well.
Gritty,
That's kind of how I like my music.
Yeah.
But I understand people wanting to vibe and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
But so coming back to y'all, I just want to ask if y'all ever did any battling, even in school, any of that. You know, did you ever do any of that?
You know, that's how you have to come up.
Well,
That's how we had to come up in our era.
And also the type of music you listen to.
Hell yeah.
So some cats will take that the wrong way. If they like to listen to West Coast music, some people be like, well, I never did that. You know, but in school, I guess that there was some beating on the table and some getting busy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Lunchroom talk all day, you know what I'm saying? Then as we got older, like college days, for me, I definitely had some guys that came out of nowhere and was on the battle tip with me. And then even in Cedar Rapids was a big place for battling. A lot of different groups down there were battling. So I felt like I had to go down there and get busy with them. And then, I mean, me personally, I'm not a super big battler. I never really have been. But
even in the steel sharp steel kind of sense is what I was thinking.
Yeah, every track we get on, we battle.
Because that's
just what it is. It's a friendly competition.
Right.
Exactly.
But every track we do is like, oh, I like what you did. I like what you did. How can I get better? How am I going to test my pen?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we was talking about ciphers, and if people are keeping it real, everybody's trying to get off the most in the cipher pause. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not necessarily a battle, but at the same time, I'm trying to be the one y'all remember. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So go ahead and talk about this project.
So Grace and Gunpowder, that's the name of the project. We got what, 9 or 10 joints on
We got
it?
9 joints on it. Yeah, 9
joints.
And it's complete now. You're just working through all the details and shit.
Complete. We on the promo run right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad y'all here.
Yes.
That's why I'm glad you're here.
Glad you had us.
Yeah, so,
And they'll be able to find that anywhere.
yeah, we'll have it on DSPs real soon.
Very soon.
And then we're gonna have a listening party as well, where people get to come out before the album release and check it out, see if they,
If you want to do one in Des Moines, we can definitely figure that out. I can promise you that.
Let's do it.
We can definitely figure that
And it's
out.
coming out 9/19/25.
Any videos or y'all got any plans for any videos? You had mentioned one off
Actually,
camera.
we're about to shoot today.
the real McCoy today.
The real
So
McCoy.
that's me, Thou, and then Smooth, of course.
Okay.
And so we doing the real McCoy.
Okay,
today.
Smooth known for the visuals. I don't know if y'all knew that, but the hardest working man in show business, he always putting out some visuals.
Yeah,
That's why
I'm
Smooth is,
excited to work with him, man.
in my opinion, he's maintained staying relevant like nobody I've ever seen. Because Des Moines is not a huge city. You know what I'm saying? So it's very easy for just to be the next guy. And that's why I think nobody's really been able to take off. Because it's so easy just to move on to the next guy. But with Smooth, he just kept, so even the young boys are like, I see it. Actually, he I don't know if he told y'all, he went back and forth with somebody like a year or two ago. You know, it was friendly, it was love, but it was like, I'm not going to let you just say whatever you want to say either.
I think I remember.
You know what I'm saying? And it was love. Shout out to Alejandro, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was love. But it was good to see. A lot of rappers who've been doing it for a long time would be like, I'm not even going to put my pen down.
Right.
But Smooth, he don't never stop. You know what I'm saying?
I needed him to pay homage, you know what I mean?
Big fact. And he did. Yeah, we talked about it.
He did.
A lot of these young guys, you know what I'm saying? They don't, you know, they act like they don't want to recognize the guys who put in the work before them.
And it'll help them in the long term.
It does.
Because it can't all be kumbaya. Even though we cool, I'm saying in the studio or when it comes to the actual project.
The competition.
We got it. Yeah, it'll just make it better for the fans.
Right.
For the listeners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a friendly competition, you know what I'm saying? So
let's talk about the creative process. How does it work for y'all? You know what I'm saying? I've seen Smooth kind of just work. Do you guys get a beat and then kind of say, okay, now we're going to make a song? Are you always writing? Or what is the creative process like for y'all?
I'm talking to the producer, and then I'm listening to the track. I'm sitting there coming up with the title, coming up with the idea.
It's like a whole package.
Yeah, as a whole package.
Before you even really record it.
Yep.
The vision is there.
It's already there. Yep. And then we in the middle of that, we thinking about the video too. Or we're doing everything simultaneously, trying to figure out how we're gonna put it all together. It's like a fucking puzzle.
Yeah, big facts. And then when it's together, it's this beautiful picture.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't really make it without every piece. I can appreciate that.
And then for me, I do it backwards, actually. Pause in reverse as far as like the concept. Like I'll think of my song titles first, and then I'll go with writing them. I learned that from a homie of mine, my boy.
And it inspires you a little bit. It gives you like the idea or something.
Yeah, so my man Animosity told me, like, when you think of the titles first, it kind of puts you in that zone of what the theme of that song is, rather than writing 16s or writing a song and then you don't know what the name is.
Aimlessly, a little bit.
And then we also aim for the title game too. The title game is crazy, like naming it specific names.
Very important.
It's super important. I learned that with podcasts.
Yeah, very important. Yeah. You got to catch the audience.
Yeah,
even something as simple as do better. It seems like something everybody would say, but the way I spelled it, if you go look for it now, it's the only thing you find. You know, so that's kind of a big deal. So what about the song y'all did together? Can you speak to that one specifically and kind of how the name and the video thoughts and how that came together?
Okay, The Real McCoy.
Yeah.
So that was later in the album. And my thought was I was trying to think of a catchy title, you know what I'm saying? And then I got to McCoy, which is Elijah McCoy, African-American inventor.
Got you.
And he was creating...
that's fire, because I think I was thinking about the movie. Isn't there a movie or a show called The Real McCoy?
I think there is too.
That's what I thought of. So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. So he's an inventor and he came up with things for the railroad system. And at that time, when he kind of, I guess, faded away from it, people were asking for his product and they were saying they want the Real McCoy.
You want the real.
So that's why I came
That's fire. That's fire.
That's where that
we
came
clipping
from.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
So you came up with the title before the song?
That's correct.
Got you.
Yep.
And then it had a feel of like, we need to get Smoove on this one?
Yeah, so then I found the beat and then I sent the beat to Thao, and Thao was a little hesitant because, funny enough, this song doesn't have a lot of snares in it like usual tracks do. And I've been on that a little lately without the snares and the heavy kicks and stuff. So when I sent it to him, he was like, you know, what we gonna do with it? And I'm like, bro, just come to the booth. Just trust your boy. So he came over.
Hey.
And I had everything already put together as far as the verse. Didn't I send the verse to you first?
You sent me the verse.
Yeah.
Definitely sent the verse.
Yeah.
And he was like, just come over. And I was like, I ain't write shit yet. And he was like, yeah, just come over. Trust your boy. I'm like, all right, I'll be over there. Went over there in 10 minutes. Had the song done in another 10 minutes.
Right.
It's beautiful to hear that. That's a beautiful thing. So you say come over, so y'all are able to record
about
together.
15 minutes away. That's where I record at. Yep.
So that's nice.
Yep.
So y'all do a lot of stuff in studio together?
Yes.
And I bet you kind of can see that.
Yeah.
You know, in the finished product, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the chemistry.
They got great.
I think what's interesting about that is for a couple years, you know, we had stuff going on with school and work and everything. In the booth together, but
you know, life be lifing.
It do.
Right.
It do.
And then so from the projects that we did previously, that energy still was there. Like we've been boys for a long time, man, and past the music, we staying brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Love
we
that.
linked back up. That's how that happened. He was like, bro, we gotta get back in the booth again. And
Let's
then,
get it.
Fast forward, Real McCoy. Then I was like, bro, Smoove got to be on this, bro. Like that's my man. I feel like I'm honored to have him on the project. And because we've been working, and I feel like, man, he one of them. Like we gotta have that as that's a collector's item. I feel.
Word,
like,
I agree.
Yeah,
so I was gonna ask. I don't know if I'm going out on a limb here or not, but did y'all linking up kind of reinvigorate all of y'all to kind of all three of y'all to kind of go a little harder or kind of work a little, you know, a little more intensely?
I would say so.
Smoove's always inspired, I guess.
I would
to be
say
fair.
so. I knew when I heard Smoove, I knew he was nice already. Anyways, MarQ Divine's not gonna bring nobody around me that's not nice because I'm gonna let you know you're not nice.
Right.
No,
that's just
that's
how we move.
I'm always down to get busy.
As the
People
lyricist,
feel away. I'm like, bro, I just don't.
right? That's what we do.
And then the flip side is, I'll get busy to show you I don't feel that way. So now, you know, I'll do it. I'm not gonna tell you don't got a jump shot and not shoot one.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So then
I can see how y'all kind of vibe together for sure.
See, when you get in the booth with the best, man, you know what I mean? You got to bring your best, man. And you're going to fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see that sometimes you'll see artists put themselves around people who, for lack of a better word, are below them or whatever you want to call it, with skill level, whatever, so that they always feel like they're the best. And if you always feel that way, there's no way to get better. If you're the best rapper in the room in your mind, then something's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Now, you don't have to say it, but I know Smoove. Now, Smoove know me. I love to rap. I'll get busy. But I kind of know, okay, if I'm rapping with Smoove, I got to
get busy.
So
I was gonna say when it comes to high level lyricists, you definitely can't sleep. I mean, I'm not gonna go in the booth and think that I'm the best. I'm gonna spar with you and do what I do.
Every
time.
time.
Don't allow yourself to get out of your element. Definitely be who you are and stay on that and stay bringing that fire. You know what I'm saying? And then for somebody like Smoove or Thao, like I know what to expect and I know what I gotta bring. Like it is what it is.
Every time.
What about choruses? Because sometimes that's what they'll say about like gritty New York rap or something. They'll say that the choruses ain't always there. So what is y'all process when it's coming up with a chorus?
Yeah. So off of Real McCoy, I wrote that chorus. Like I said, Mark said, come over there in 10 minutes. I would say.
So you just had the name and the beat.
I had to name the beat, the whole process.
His verse.
And
he
then
had his verse.
Okay, and then you put together the concept from the chorus, from the name and the beat and all that.
Yeah, because it was Real McCoy. You had said it, right? In the verse. And I just sat back and I was like.
No, hold on.
Is that?
Smoove said that.
He said the Real McCoy.
I didn't mention the McCoy.
Oh,
you
both had your verses done.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Okay, and then I came in.
Oh, they put some pressure on you, huh? You're like, damn, y'all already done?
Hey, but listen though, it's a beautiful song, man.
Shit,
because
it's fire.
With his hook and both of our verses, you know what I mean? It's like everything just came together. You know what I mean? It just came together. So, you know what I mean? When I heard it, I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fire.
man, I was like, shit, this is it right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got any other features on the album? Any other artists from your way or anything like that?
Scales from North Carolina.
Oh, word.
And I think that's it, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that's it. We kept it light this time.
Yeah, we kept it light. 9 songs, only 2 features.
And this the third project, right?
It's the third project.
That y'all did together.
Correct.
Do y'all have any individual projects y'all did over the years or anything like that?
Tons of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we was on a mixtape run for what? I mean, from 2012 to 2013.
About 10 years. Yeah. DJ King Flow from France.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
That's dope.
We work with a lot of overseas producers we have in the past. And
That's a big deal.
doing mixtapes. And I got my own mixtape series, Rise of a Legend. And I did 3 parts of that. And then
Stuff like that. Do you still record that at his spot? Or do y'all still record that together at all?
Where did I record Rise of a Legend? Oh, that was my producer from Arizona, Three's Beats.
Got you.
So I
You
recorded.
just send him stuff?
No, he was here, but he had recently moved to Arizona.
Got you.
So, but that was in the last 10 years. But Grace and Gunpowder is the new project, and that's where we're going.
So that's been the heavy focus for the last
that's
few
the
years,
focus.
whatever that looks like.
The last month, I would say, right?
Yeah, definitely. We finished that project.
Record timing.
Probably like
record timing.
So what was there something behind that made y'all feel like, or was it just the vibe was going, shit was working, and you just kind of it all just came together?
So I think when we put that together, I actually had the cover game for him. I showed him the covers. I have like 3 covers that I've been keeping in the stash for a couple of years. And when I showed him the covers,
you a technical dude.
I try to.
That's what I said.
His style is technical too.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you got technical styles.
Yeah, so like when we sat down, I showed him the 3 covers that I had, and he was like, "Bro, we got to go with this cover, which is fire. When y'all see it, we're gonna release it in the next week or so. It's definitely dope. You know what I'm saying? It's got a lot of hidden messages in it. Once again, the technicality of things, but he also is the same way. You know what I'm saying? The technical things, the signs and symbols, if you want to say that. You know what I mean? The hieroglyphics, as this man speak about, like that. That's what we try to do, man. Because I feel like the Midwest, in a way, is lacking that. I don't know anybody besides us 3. You know, not to take away from any of the cities that do what we do on the technical side. Like we got hidden meanings and all that, just to have fun with it. Easter eggs, as you call it. Like we do all that. You know what I'm saying? So he picked the cover, and then we came up with the name. Bro came with the name Grace and Gunpowder. I was like,
it's like heaven and hell.
Crack.
Yeah, Grace and Gunpowder. Yeah, we giving niggas grace and we giving niggas gunpowder on this tape. I swear to God. Swear to God.
Yo, so let me ask you this, because sometimes I feel like, you know, New York artists will take the heat for being too technical. Is that ever something, that conversation y'all have, or you just stay in that bag and just let it be what it is?
You can't really worry about that type of shit. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Because once you're into your own style, you know what I mean? It's like, if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't.
Hell yeah.
And then for another thing I would say too, adding on to that is, you know, you study the greats, man. The greats do that. You know what I'm saying? You got the Slick Ricks, the Nas, all them. They all do that, man. They're all technical. They have certain connector pieces to their projects and artists that they work with. Like they're not just randomly picking people. You know what I mean? If they hear, you know, I could think of anybody, Conway the Machine, for example. Like if you hear a Conway on the joint, like they go through their creative process, or Busta Rhymes when he getting up with Eminem or somebody, like they're really thinking about who they want on this album or who they want on this record. You know what I'm saying? Like that matters. And so those are connected pieces. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you, do y'all have kids?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Because that's another thing that I raised my daughter by myself.
Is motivation, right? Motivation.
But from Smoove specifically, that's kind of I was going to segue into that, because he's always been like a father first and able to maintain, you know, making music, you know, being an entrepreneur, in my opinion, being legendary in his city. And I've always drew inspiration for that. So how have y'all maintained being able to be a father and an artist? Because it's not easy to do. I've seen good artists have to say, I just got to focus on this.
Good question right there.
Go first.
Go ahead.
I mean, for me, I think it's just I would like my sons to be proud of me as far as the work that I put in to pave the way for them. You know what I'm saying? I came from a real dark place in life. Like I had to work my way up to where I'm at today.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you. That's just what it is. I mean, that's a cliche story,
Leading
but
by
that's
example.
what it is. Yeah, keeping that motivation going, determination, no matter what. I didn't have people around me all the time to say, go with the pom-poms, none of that. I just kept going. And that's where, the greatness comes from.
And they can apply that to anything. It's not like it has to be, music.
Right.
No, it can be, apply that to being a scientist or a doctor.
A businessman.
Don't give up. You keep seeing that. And
like
kind of the same for you?
It's a marathon. I second everything you said. It's a marathon. Nobody's perfect, but you got to keep going and you can't quit. And you got people to rely on you. Got little people to rely on you. So you got to keep going. Yeah.
And they can draw inspiration from that for sure.
Yes, definitely.
So what y'all got going on? You know what I'm saying? What y'all got going on today? We talking about we shooting a video, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Real McCoy.
We're shooting the Real McCoy today, definitely.
And what about, do y'all perform at all, or do you ever try to get, into any shows or whatever?
Yeah, so I was talking to Thao about that, and we got to talk a little bit more of a Smoove.
Sure.
Like, I'm trying to get up here to Woolies. And then,
Woolies is lit, man.
Yeah.
And then
I love that you said that. I'm going to tell you the truth. You know why I love that you said that? Because it's like, and I ain't going to shade no venues, but venues are typical in all cities, especially for hip hop. So we have like one where everyone goes, like one or two. And I feel like if we do more hip hop shows at these other venues, it's actually helpful for the whole city. I just want to highlight the fact that y'all not from here, but if you were able to pull off a hip hop show at a place like that, I think it has a positive effect for everybody here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
you remember the Muse, right?
the Muse, man. I'm back with the Muse. Hey, matter of fact, my guy, you seen Rome got a song coming out called The Muse. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rome. But yeah, the Muse was lit. The Muse is where I pulled up on a few rappers I wanted to battle. I'm just in the crowd, like, what's up? Actually, is that where we did our show? That show was lit, bro.
Yes, it was.
Melody was on the stage. There was like 200 people in there. That show was crazy. Yeah, that was mad long ago too.
And like in our city, we do Gabe's. That's our hub for as far as lyrical talent. And a lot of rock star bands come out there too from all over the country. And then what's the other club?
El Ray's.
Which
used to be the Blue Moose now.
Yeah, it used to be the Blue Moose. So that's a very hot club too. So
is there anything unique about Iowa City being such a college town that adds to kind of the fandom at all, or adds to the shows or the hip hop scene there?
Yeah.
I
think it's just the energy in general, the football atmosphere. That's the big thing down there. And then you never know who come in the city. I mean, you got famous people that
you never know.
And they just show up at a regular club or something, right?
We got a little small airport. They fly in on the private jets and do their thing and then get up out of here. Like,
and then you got to think Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
So probably let's talk about that. Have y'all seen an actual? Have you seen an effect from that in your actual city over the last few years? I mean, we hear about it on the internet. It's clear you would, but being there, has there been a different energy?
Yeah, a lot of little girls. They're definitely
inspired
and trying to do something with that, which is great. You know what I'm saying? To see her set the tone for the sports world for women and young ladies alike. You know what I'm saying? And then for everybody. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It kind of probably bleeds over to everywhere. Tourism, all that, right?
Very high energy. Seeing people wear the shirts, seeing people wear the shoes, the jerseys. I would also say stickers and flags. Caitlin Clark postcards everywhere. And then it would be your 4-year-old that would know Caitlin Clark to your 70-year-old grandma.
Everybody's kind of almost, for lack of a better word, bonded a little bit.
And everybody is rooting for her, you know? I mean, you have your have a shoe, you know, you got those.
That's good.
But then everybody's rooting for her to win. And she got a whole state behind her.
So have there ever been any artists to come out of Iowa City on a, like
come to Iowa City or
out of it a little bit? Or who would be the person? Because there hasn't been a ton in Des Moines either, to be fair. But there has been the Bangladeshis of the world. There's been people who, you know what I mean?
Not that I know of. I mean, I've been there forever, and I don't have.
It's because it's y'all, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think there has been a lot of dope artists throughout the years that's been there, that's been crafting to work their way up out of there. I just that though. Shout out to all the artists out there. Like,
so do y'all work with any of the younger guys that are trying to figure it out, or do you ever find yourself talking to them, trying to drop jewels, anything like that?
Yeah,
kind of how Smoove does here.
Yeah. I work with a few younger artists. I would say
kind of point them in the right direction.
I work with artists in City Rapids, Lil Beanie. I definitely work with him. I work with, I wouldn't necessarily say so much younger, but
we're just newer to the
Buggy,
scene or something.
Yeah, just newer to the scene. Buggy, I definitely work with him.
Because y'all been doing it a long time.
Yeah, I work with a lot of artists, so yeah.
Word, that's dope. That's dope.
It's just motivation, you know. It's motivation. It keeps me on my toes. It keeps them on their toes, and I'm just motivated to try to win.
And keeps you in tune a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was gonna say with Smoove. So there's some artists here in Des Moines that you work with, right?
Word.
Or that I'm sure. Do you find this? Do they ever reach out to you, kind of just asking, or if they see you out, kind of just trying to get some jewels from you?
Man, hey, listen, man, I get messages almost every day, man. And that's the beauty.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? That's the beauty of this music. You know what I mean? When I get the younger guys that reach out to me for verses or whatever, you know what I mean? It lets me know that, you know, I'm doing the right thing. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. But I always champion them to keep going hard and to, you know, to get better at your craft and do what you got to do and so on and so forth. It's a beautiful thing. And I always try to stay out the way. You know what I mean? For me being an older artist.
Unless somebody provokes you a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If it goes that far, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm still gonna be competitive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got to look at it from a bigger picture, you know what I mean? So
what are your thoughts on the Des Moines kind of, like we talked about off camera, we had C-Note here last night. Yeah. Young legend, if you ask me, you know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on the Des Moines music scene currently?
I think we got a lot of talent, you know what I mean? I think it took us a while for me to be like, okay, I think we're ready for, you know, to compete with people who are, you know, signed, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. Like there was a time where I didn't think we was ready, you know what I mean? But now I think that we have the artists that can compete with whoever in the industry, you know what I mean? So I think we're in a good place talent wise, but work ethic wise, I think that we need to work on that, you know what I mean? And I think that having an infrastructure and a platform like what you got right here, you know what I mean? These type of things help, you know what I mean? And that's what I was thinking. But like I said, they don't have the same type of work ethic that I might have, they may have, you may have, and that's where we got to put the pieces together at. You know what I mean? Because we got the talent, we got the lyricism, we got the platforms, and so if we think on a bigger level, if we think on a higher scale, you know what I mean, then we can take things to a whole new height. And hopefully the younger artists can understand that, you know what I mean? So
and not take it kind of as like
you know what I mean? And so once they get that down, I think that we can take it to a new level, and then we can also get the world to pay attention to what we got going on.
Word. Yeah. So, and y'all, this is a Des Moines-based platform, obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But y'all not from here, but have you stayed in tune with the Des Moines music at all? Yeah. Or over the years, was sometimes there'd be an artist from here that would make it to y'all radar or anything like that?
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Just different artists.
Even when you're looking for Iowa music or whatever.
Not as a whole as far as Des Moines, but like Smoove and just a couple of artists here and there.
Sure. Do y'all think Iowa has a sound? I think that's a good question.
I don't think the Midwest in general
has a sound.
You don't think Chicago would say they have a sound?
No, you got to look at it. A Kanye sound.
Or Detroit. I feel like Detroit definitely has a sound right now.
You got not really though. You know what I mean? If you think,
I mean, it's new, but I feel like if I hear a song, because I'm not super in tune with new music, because I'm still listening to Dipset and whatnot.
I would say the sound. I would say the sound now.
Right? It has like, yeah, exactly.
I would say the sound always changes though, because the New York sound that it is back then is not the same sound.
You're right.
To a 19 to a 24-year-old, because they do drill music. They actually have a Chicago-based sound right now, and it's about who you ask too, though.
No, you're right though, because if I listen to Royce, who I love, that doesn't sound like what I hear today.
It doesn't sound like
that's when
Detroit
you're right
now.
Yeah.
If you look at Detroit,
but they're trying to find a sound.
Well, I don't think the Midwest has a sound.
I don't think it does.
Like you look at Detroit, you got like the Babyface Rays, but then you have like the Eminems, then you have like the Big Seans and the Royce the 5'9s. All of them have like different styles, and you know what I mean, so on and so forth. If you look at Chicago, you might have the Chief Keef, then you might have the Twister, then you might have the Common Sense and the Kanyes. They all have a different sound. So I think that the Midwest is a melting pot. You know what I mean? You got cats who have more of a Southern influence and guys who got more of an East Coast influence. I think that we do
St. Louis. I guess you're right, because they don't sound like Nelly today, obviously.
Right.
You know
yeah.
But I think we do it at a better capacity than these other coasts. You know what I mean? Like the lyricism, you know, you can't find nobody that can do it almost like Royce or the wordplay that Eminem has, or so on and so forth, or even that the fast style like Twister may have, or so on and so forth, or even the innovation like the Kanye's, or so on and so forth.
And I would also put that I think the internet broke the sound barrier.
That's a good point.
Everybody is able to go into everybody's sound and be like, oh, I think I'll take a little piece of that, and I'll take a little piece of that, and I'll take that, and I'll craft this and put it out like this.
So, well, I think this is a good topic, actually, though, because we've talked a lot about East Coast sound and how much it influenced us. And it was a specific sound. Do you think it's a detriment at all to not have a sound where people can hook on to that sound? Because sometimes there's people who probably like listen to Glorilla or something just because they love that sound. Like Memphis or something like that.
I think fans are fickle. Or
does that cap it? Do you think that might cap it?
I think fans are fickle, and if you make a hot song, they're gonna ride with you. And I would say that
they're
also
gonna leave just as quick too.
If I make a hit song off of saying yappity yap, everybody's gonna want me to say yappity yap until I say something different.
I think a victim of that.
See, I think it's a gift and a curse though. At the same time, though, you know what I mean? Because the internet is so big right now that everybody can try to mimic whatever style's working.
And we're not even getting into AI. You're right, because now you can get any sound.
And it don't even matter who you are.
I always look for originality, though, no matter where you're from.
That's a good word. That's a good word.
Yeah, if you got original sound, original flow, original voice, you know, that's why I like Thou's. I like Thou's voice.
I can't wait to hear.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, he got that voice that just, you know what I mean? You're going to pay attention to the song as soon as you hear it.
That's how I felt about DMX.
Yeah,
as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to hear more of that.
Yeah.
Right, so I think it's more of originality for me.
That's a good word.
If you sound like somebody else, I'm probably going to be turned off to it.
Okay.
I
think that connects what y'all said, because like you said, them trying to find different sounds, it might be people just trying to be original. Right. And then therefore it's creating a different sound in these places because they're just trying to be original.
Right.
No, that's a good word. So, okay, so we're going to play some music at some point? We're going to get to hear some?
Let's play...
Not to be right this second. I just want to get people.
Get the phone though.
Yep.
Yeah. No. Well, and I'll keep y'all going. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
You want to get on camera? Do you want to get them on camera for a minute?
Yeah, you can get.
Yeah, because you know we talked about them. We talked about how important it is, being a father and all that. Get y'all to chop it up for a few minutes. That'll be beautiful if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
So in case y'all didn't know, we got Cortez Jr. in the building. You know what I'm saying? Cameraman, he been shooting videos and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man. I've been hearing about you for a long time. Go ahead and tell them who you are, even though they know.
Cortez Jr., son of
the legend
of corporate entertainment. Been shooting videos on the motion picture with wood grain.
He hasn't said, didn't you do like a whole video?
Yeah, he did my last 3 videos.
He did all?
Yeah, my last 3 videos, and just trying to get him to, to be creative and do something different, you know what I mean? And he's doing a good job, you know what I mean? I'm proud of him, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you find your dad get talked about a lot, huh?
Yes.
It's kind of dope, right? It's almost a little in all kind of shocking a little bit.
I mean, sometimes, but you kind of get used to it,
And you've probably seen the hard work.
I've seen, the hard work, even in the studio, just...
You pull the mic a little closer to you?
Even in the Exit studio, just working hard every day.
Man, so you even spent some time there too, huh?
Yeah, for years I've been seeing him just making song after song, practicing it over and over.
Just at home, just in the dojo, huh?
Yeah.
And you probably seen him working out too, huh?
Oh yeah. I needed to when the first video we filmed, it was super cold outside, but he was just still out there just rapping. It was raining, snowing.
Like the mailman, baby.
Downtown somewhere?
Yeah, it was downtown.
Yeah.
So when you're in that type of situation, does him doing that make you want to work harder?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love how you answered that so fast. It's a beautiful thing. I actually want to spend a few minutes here. So talk about work. So was video work something that you wanted to get into?
I thought about it as a career path. It's interesting. And I like to experience more because I notice photographers, they get to experience,
see the world through almost a different lens.
Yeah, they get to see different perspectives and kind of like a third party. And I kind of like that point of view on seeing other people's artwork.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. So did he come to you with the idea of shooting a video? Or did you kind of say, hey, Dad, I'd like to try to, see if I could do something with you?
Well, it was more of like,
well, he started making beats. You know what I mean?
Get out of here.
Well, he plays the piano and stuff like that. And then
I wish I knew how to play an instrument.
And he got on a few songs with me and things like that. So you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, just check it out and try it. You know what I mean? Try,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and see if you like it. If you don't, just move on to something else.
Playing the piano, were you always into music because of your dad, like in general?
Yeah.
And that's what led you to playing an instrument?
Yeah, it was kind of like even like hearing the beats that he was on and hearing that background instruments. It kind of inspired me to want to try something new and different and get out there.
And so and then you started, so you know how to play the piano?
Yeah, I've been trying to get better over time.
Yeah, he taught himself. Yeah,
Man,
yeah, he taught himself. Yeah,
you should be proud. You know what I'm saying? You should be proud because it's a hard world out here for young people. I don't want to be too dramatic, but it is.
Yeah.
So to be able to find some focus is a huge deal. And I know that your dad probably helped. Yes, that's a huge deal, but it still takes, you have to do that. Yeah. You have to want that, and that's awesome.
Yeah, see, I'm proud of him, man. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine, man.
You know,
y'all sitting here together. I'm so happy to be here with y'all.
He's doing good in school. You know how I came up. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And so I want to make sure that my son didn't take the same path.
Not everybody made it out. You know what I'm saying?
And he's done an excellent job, man. So I really appreciate it. Yeah.
So I guess I'm interested. How did so you were playing with the piano a little bit,
yeah,
and somehow that led you into wanting to make a beat, or is that how did that happen?
So one day I was just like kind of on my piano, just kind of freestyling it. And
I love that.
And I kind of heard like a sound, and it kind of like, you could
clicked in your head a little bit.
Yeah, put it into a beat, and I kind of started imagining some just drum sets and
man, this is how the grade started. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Even back then in middle school, I had a friend, and he would actually make beats, and he came to me, and I was he was like, because it was like for a competition, and I was like listening to it, and I was like, oh, you should probably add this, that, and the third. At first, he was hesitant to do it, and I was like, no, just try it out. And then he put it in there, and then he was like, whoa, this is better than what I originally had. He was like, you should start trying to make beats and stuff like that, because
that's a good friend.
The creativity that you had to help me, he was like kind of just shocked by it.
And then you kind of just found yourself, video, everything, just wanting to kind of be in part of at least of the musical journey.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Are you working on any future videos?
Well, he's gonna shoot the one today.
Yeah. Word. Yeah, I'm shooting the one today for.
But all these, you get to shoot with all these guys, man. How dope is that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a unique experience for you.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing your dad do it and now being a little bit of a part of it.
Yeah, and being a part of it too. Yeah, it's like
you use the word discipline too. I noticed.
Yeah, every day he tells me discipline is doing something you hate like you love it. He even tells me hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. And it kind of pushes me to try to keep going further and further, and that no matter how high you get, there's no limit to how far you can really go.
This is a fact, man, and to hear you talk like that actually is a big deal. Smoove, you should be proud.
I am proud.
I know
man.
You know that, but
I am proud.
I just want to make sure.
You know where I came from.
Of course, man.
So, just to see where he's at right now is
so you've seen your dad kind of make it out of things and kind of really lead by example, right?
Yeah, and also kind of taught me emotional intelligence too, and being able to control your emotions. And
ain't no young people using that word, man. I'm telling you, that's like emotional intelligence is the most important thing in my opinion. Most important
thing you can have, especially as being a young person, especially being
in this day and age,
especially being black and having to understand that
I can only imagine
your action have consequences behind it, and that you can't just lash out based on how you feeling for one day.
You gonna be married one day? You gonna be married one day? You hear this guy, man?
I hope so.
You hear this guy, and that's what you're saying. And I don't want to be too much, but that's like you don't hear young people talk like that. And what you're saying is incredibly valuable to someone like me who's old as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you're here. Me and your dad kind of go way back, for lack of a better word. I've always respected the hell out of him, and like he's like helped me with discipline, and he's helped me with some things I do today. You know what I'm saying? Because of things I saw him do. So no, I just wanted to get you on. We was talking to the homies about kids and things like that. So are you ever going to make a song? You ever played with rapping at all? Just having some fun, or
actually?
Yeah, we got a couple songs. Yeah.
Don't get on the song with your dad. He's not gonna cut you no slack. He might make a diss track. I ain't gonna lie. You don't do your homework or something. Next thing you know,
you fucked up.
Yeah, he's gonna get that competitive spirit.
So you like writing though too?
Yeah, I like writing occasionally.
Just like to get some stuff off your head, off your mind, or whatever. So one day you might make a song.
Yeah, actually working on a song with Dad right now. It's called like a Killer Season.
Yeah, man, this is a beautiful thing. Well, yeah, man, I wanted to highlight you. I wanted to highlight Smoove's hard work, and you nailed it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's a child is a reflection of who we are. You know what I'm saying? So it just represents everything I thought I already knew, and everything that people thought they already knew. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thanks for taking the time, man. We appreciate it. You know, we just wanted to talk to you for a minute. We're gonna be shooting a video after this. I look forward to seeing it. And hopefully at some point you potentially maybe will do other people's videos, or somebody could hire you one day or something, right?
Yeah, one day.
Is that so you do the editing and stuff as well, and kind of work, or at least working with it?
Well, I'm teaching them the editing part.
Just working with it.
So that takes time, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So, yeah.
But even to have the mind for the shots is a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, so don't hesitate to. You're clearly a very smart and driven guy, so don't hesitate to bring that to your father's art. It'll help him.
Oh yeah,
it'll help him for sure. No, we appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, we want to you want to get somebody hooked up to the Bluetooth? Yep. Give me a second.
Yep.
So anyway, but yo, you Smoove, come on, what you want to talk about, the Clips album?
Yeah, we can talk about whatever.
I just need a minute. I'm gonna get them hooked up, whatever.
Yes, sir.
You know, or
Dude, what do you think
about? I was gonna say, what do you think about the back and forth with? Actually, this is what I need to ask you. I'll get you 1 second. This is what I need to ask you.
Yeah.
What do you think about what Jim Jones is saying about Nas? That's got to drive you crazy.
Well, you know, we in the trolling era. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jim Jones is doing what he got to do to
get views,
to get his views and get his money up in that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But we all know that that's apples and oranges.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. But he sound crazy, don't he?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah,
he sound crazy.
Yeah. You know, they're not even in the same tier, man. That's like trying to compare, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway, but yeah, so I knew I was thinking about you when I first heard that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, Smoove at home right now about to make a Jim Jones diss song.
Yeah, there's not too many people in Nas's category. You know what I mean?
Now, one thing that hurts my heart, I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm gonna keep it real. Because I came up in New York. I was there in the 90s and shit, you know?
Right.
So I'm a whole fan. Like, that was the soundtrack to my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like a lot of times when I'm outside of New York, I don't hear that as much. In New York, I'm not saying we didn't love Nas, but I'm saying I'm gonna tell y'all a quick
Are you saying Hove?
Yeah, Jay-Z. Yeah.
Okay.
We love Jay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something that was unique of being there. Because if you remember when Ether and Takeover was happening, the internet wasn't like what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never forget sitting in the park with like 20 of my homies when K Slade dropped Ether. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to be sitting there, you know? And I'll tell you the truth. We still was talking about Jay-Z 1. Like I'm talking about when we was there, you know what I'm saying? But the rest of the world don't think that at all. You know what I'm saying? So it was just unique to hear y'all all talk about New York, but nobody even mentioned Jay-Z. It hurt my heart a little bit.
Well, you know, Jay's one of those guys too, though. You know
but do you think his success almost has hurt him later on in life, like his catalog?
Not at all.
You don't think if he'd have been as quiet as Nas this whole time, he would have been looked at as a little more?
Not at all.
I was gonna say, I think he's an example of.
You can pull that mic close to you.
Yeah, I think he's an example of getting to that pinnacle of like success in all realms. I think his focus nowadays is he's not in a hurry to make albums anymore. He's done what he's needed to do, you know.
And when he pops out, he still gets busy.
Well, see,
he got busy. Like he still gets busy.
But see, Jay told us on his first album, he said, "I'm a hustler, not a rapper." You know what I'm saying? And then we watched.
I think he laid a blueprint too.
But then we watched him. We watched him live that out. We watched him live that reality in front of our face. You know what I mean? And now he's more of a businessman. Right. And he told us that from the jump. You know what I mean?
So speaking of businessman, you must feel good to see Nas. Now he invested in Ring. Yeah. He got a casino coming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but yeah, so
you got to make that transition at some point. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But it's hard to do. Like the young homie I was talking to yesterday. Sometimes we spoke about where we came from. Right. You know, I was outside. I came from what I came from. No need to glorify it. Sometimes it's hard to get out.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So
it is. But when you're persistent and consistent, then it does work in the end. You know what I mean?
And then you could break the cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a beautiful thing, which we had just talked about. So we're gonna get to hear some music, huh?
Yep,
sir.
So is this that song that y'all been talking about, right?
Yeah, this is the Real McCoy
off of Grace and Gunpowder.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say, and that's coming out
with Smoove
September
19th.
Yep. And they'll be able to find that wherever. And so what is the name when y'all do projects together? Is it just both of y'all individual names?
Now that's funny. We was talking about that too. So throughout our history of working together, we never actually had like a crew name.
Like Black Star or something or whatever.
Right. And I think it worked. You know what I'm saying? I presented it to him. We never really like.
It hasn't came up yet.
So what will it? So it would be Like, is it MarQ Divine and Bill Thousand, or what is the title of the actual album?
It just depends. Well, on this one, the style and MarQ Divine.
Gotcha,
It just depends on the project, however we want to, present.
Frame it. Yep.
Yeah.
Got you.
But they sound like a group, man. The chemistry is so strong.
Well, that's how I felt. That's why I used Black Star, because when you think about Talib and Mos Def, they get busy.
Yeah, that's the
and they're mostly known as Talib and Mos Def. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they get busy, and you kind of have that. Hey, Mos Def go ham, bro.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna get to listen to some music. We excited. You know what I'm saying?
We actually want to perform it too. You know what I'm saying? So after you play it,
for sure. And honestly, I would suggest to y'all. We in the interview right now, but I'm saying if you feeling it, rap over the shit. It's gonna sound amazing. We'll clip that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all getting busy, just go ahead and don't hesitate to rap. I'm gonna throw a little. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You'll see though. But go ahead, Leon. Let's listen to it.
And still rapping. Keep rapping, boy. Keep going to that studio because
shout out to Don't Call Me White Girl.
Is trash. They're not authentic. They're not original. Majority of them is talentless. They don't have their own sound. They don't have their own identity. They all sound the same, do the same shit.
Woo!
Took some gems from the streets, put them in my pocket. Took some pages from the rich, put them in my folder. Took some lessons from the haters, went a different path. Took some secrets from the wealthy, now I'm living colder, bolder. I've been traveling to become a scholar. Knowledge past survival, more to wisdom, I'm a seasoned driver. Days slower, more opinion with the accuracy. Capture all the dues that niggas owe, avoid the tragedies. Put the ideas to the paper, now they happening, I'm stamping it. Elephant in rooms, feel the trampling. Settling the score hot, metal with the door. Divine making history, looking better than the tours. Incredible, and grew up on no pedestal. Keep the weapon for the extra move, strategic stepping to protect the groove. I'm in the maze, plenty lanes, unlimited gains. These bars pierce through my brain like I'm Phineas Cage. Anxiety started racing laps. It's too late for that, the real McCoy is coming back. Yeah.
The real. I've been surviving the coldest winters. I so remember the times dealing with crimes. Told on my co-defenders was no pretender, a predicate. Pled the fifth, no evidence. Moving on demon time, but heaven sent. A veteran with stripes on me. City to city with life on me. It's heavy but light, homie. Don't need nobody to fight for me. I'm built for this. I'm rebuilding the pyramids, a lyricist. That's hieroglyphics for them guys who lived it. Sky's the limit. I'm like Mansa Musa with a pirate's vision. Fuck the recognition, cause where I'm from it's either death or prison. Remain silent cause the feds is listening. Keep it quiet was my best decision. Press for business, but never sell my soul for a lesser sentence. Repetition just to fill the void. Build and destroy on all levels. God level, I'm the real McCoy.
My anxiety started racing laps. It's too late for that, the real McCoy is coming back.
They was right. Because I'll tell you the truth, I'm definitely waiting to hear more.
Oh, yeah.
There's something to that sound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I knew what to expect. You know what I'm saying? I already know what that I Get Busy sounds like. Mm-hmm. But when Smoove said he just had a sound, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I enjoyed that chorus a bunch. Y'all got busy, though. I appreciated the whole thing because obviously being a little older and trying to find that inspiration, when you hear that, it's like, yeah, we should keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, that was dope, man. That was dope.
Thank you.
We actually want to play one more from
Absolutely.
Gunpowder.
I'm in no rush at all. We here. You know what I'm saying? That's
We're going to play
for.
the first track off of Gunpowder. It's called
Heavyweights.
Heavyweights, yes.
Make sure we connect it real quick.
5.
Man, make sure
Gunpowder.
Make sure y'all go get that.
Y'all make sure y'all
out.
check for that.
On all DSPs.
That's a little introduction to the tape right here, boy.
Yeah.
The first song too, huh?
Yeah.
Tape.
First they love you, woo! Then they hate you. now, they was on some different shit.
They was rich at first, now they on some broke shit.
Went behind my back, fucking on my old bitch.
Then the nigga flip, went and got a new bitch. Then that nigga flip, went and got a new bitch.
Went behind my back, fucking on my old bitch.
They was rich at first, now they on some broke shit.
I see the change now, they was on some different shit. Desi pistol grip, make a rapper bite his lip. Then they hate you, then they embrace you, then watch the snakes move.
If I feel something, that's how I feel. I just, you know what I mean?
You gotta feel it.
That shit was hard, man.
9/19/25, baby.
I love the back and forth. The chemistry is real.
Hell yeah.
Smoove spoke to it, but the chemistry is real.
Oh, yes,
you know what I'm saying? And the sounds are both on that joint. You could hear it clearly, very unique sounds, but sounds so good together. You know what I'm saying? Because the chemistry was real. So I can't shout that out enough. That was hard.
Appreciate it.
That's the intro?
That's the intro.
Oh yeah, y'all might have been cooking up on this one, huh?
Oh yeah, we definitely did. Grace and Gunpowder, 9/19/25, baby.
Got you. They can find that anywhere, right?
All DSPs.
All DSPs.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
YouTube,
And honestly, they'll find a lot of the other work as well.
Yeah,
right.
All DSPs, Audio Mag, YouTube,
all that, right?
Yes, out there.
You on Spotify?
Google Build 1,000 mixtapes, everywhere.
Word.
We everywhere, baby.
So yeah, I love seeing y'all come together. Now you're here in Des Moines.
Yes,
brought you here, and Smoove is somebody who, you know, his word is gold around here, as we've talked about a bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We appreciate him inviting us up here, man. We
fucking appreciate it. Hell
For
It's
sure.
only right, man. It's only right, man.
Yeah, I'm glad this worked out. So as we get ready to get out of here or something, you know, what are I know you got a project coming.
Yes.
So obviously it's hard to think about the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you never stop, kind of.
Correct.
You know, so are you hoping to then just kind of hit the ground running after that?
Yeah,
Because you said you took some space off working together. So you are.
Second album right now.
And then maybe one day we see a conglomerate album of some kind or something.
It gotta happen.
Potentially.
It gotta happen. It gotta happen.
Got to.
Yes, sir.
Also, we didn't give you a chance, but we do want to talk about the new name.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So what is it?
Smoove Corporate Entertainment.
And do you want to, you know, we all kind of know you.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak to where that came from a little bit and where that change came from?
Well, you know, I have Smooth Criminal. I started about maybe 10, 15 years ago.
It was longer than 10. I can promise you that.
Yeah, longer than 10, yeah. And so I always try to come with the motto was the smoothest criminal is the legal one. You know
for sure. Yep. You spoke to us about that up here.
But, you know, when it comes to a greater demographic of people that's listening to what I'm doing, sometimes that criminal can scare them, you know what I mean?
Of course.
And then not only that, though, I don't want to bring the type of attention and negativity to it that the word criminal comes with it.
And then having to explain it to tell them why it isn't that way.
You know, and then I had to do that. I had to explain.
And you've been corporate for a little minute.
Yeah,
you know, or at least trying to elevate beyond just being a rapper.
Definitely, you know what I mean? And that's and it also speaks to where I'm at now as a person and as a man, you know what I mean? You know, I wanted to take things to a whole new level. And like you said, I got my son here. Man,
that was a beautiful thing. Thank you so much.
And so even if I had to pass something down, I wouldn't want to pass something down that has the word criminal in it. Like, so
big facts.
If my son want to take something to the next level, having corporate behind the name, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds better.
Aspiring too. It makes you feel like you want to reach higher.
Yeah. And so and that's my mindset right now. Everything that I'm doing now has to be done the right way. It has to be done on a bigger scale. You know what I mean? So I thought now was the right timing. Got you.
And we started this interview talking about ciphers. And that's kind of how guys were able to link up, find each other. Any thoughts on maybe, you know, doing a combined one day where maybe we can kind of bring both cities together and both sides together to get some rappers on there and do a new cipher? Because I'd love to host something like that for sure.
That'd be dope. That would love that.
I think it'd be interesting to see that too, because now we're, you know, on a different platform as far as mentally and life and growth. Right. So having that elite level mind state with lyricism and then with the execution of the cipher, that'd be pretty dangerous.
That'd be strong for the whole state.
Sure.
Nah, Middle of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I appreciate y'all coming.
Thank you.
Too, man. Thank you so much for coming. You know, Smoove's always welcome here, and obviously we're not kicking y'all out because we got some work to still do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the people watching this now, there'll be a video coming out behind this. This will come out pretty quick, you know, next week or so.
Yes.
So actually, we'll get this out before the album.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, it can kind of use some of it to push towards the album or whatever.
Yes,
Definitely looking forward to that joint.
Hell yeah.
You know, that intro was hard. You know, and I do think it was unique and different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is what I could clearly tell you guys were going for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there was some rapping going on that project, I'm sure. You know, I could kind of tell that. You know, I love that.
Good example of the sparring left and right. You know,
no, yeah, exactly.
Combinations
back
and
and
let
forth,
the other one do the same. You know,
Y'all got busy, and I also want to highlight. It's dope to know that y'all have talked about how long y'all have been working together, even if it wasn't constantly putting out projects.
Right.
But behind the scenes, y'all was always supporting each other, working together, and that's like you don't always see that in hip hop. You don't always see it in general with friends and business and anything, but in hip hop, you really don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Smoove is also somebody who you don't hear people saying, I don't fuck with him over like music shit or whatever. It's always been tight. He's always kind of maintained, you know, relationships with his people. You know what I mean? So I think you don't see that in hip hop a lot. Yeah, so I also wanted to highlight that and celebrate that for y'all because as I was listening, it was very dope.
That's very important.
Yeah, the most important thing, you know, I'm sure these brothers can agree with that, man. We friends first, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Like me and bro, we just clicked up and then we all clicked up. Like the energy matters, you know what I'm saying? We would know if we don't mesh well together. But as far as me and Thao, we've been friends for a long time, man. Like it's gonna always stay like that. And same with this brother, like we connected with him and that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge the wisdom that he gave me. And then I pass it along to bro, and then vice versa. It goes back and forth, man. We all got something.
You gotta love to see it because there's something about hip hop that wants to pull people apart. We was talking about the crabs in the barrel earlier.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that, people want to pull people apart. You know what I'm saying? And it's just beautiful to see y'all working together.
Yeah, I think it's the opposite case with us because we've been through it all. So it's the whole exact.
Got
opposite.
it out the way already. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right.
Yeah, so we looking forward to the project. We appreciate having y'all here, man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Smoove, you know what it is, man. I'm so glad you came, man.
I appreciate you.
You know, every time you're here, man, it's a good time.
Junior over here, man.
Absolutely. That was an amazing conversation, actually. That's
a conversation. Hell yeah.
I felt that, you know what I'm saying? And I look forward to seeing what you got going on. And you can come here and do a show anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? So you want to carve out some time, start doing your own thing, you just let me know. You good as gold in here. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Again, we had Smoove, Thao, and MarQ Divine in the building. Get out my man for the camera work. He gets busy. 1,000 views. That's a lot of different angles. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to DewBedder.
That's a lot of. Then the nigga flip when it got a new bitch, Then the nigga flip when it got a new bitch,
Went behind my back, fucking on my old bitch,
They was rich at first, now they on some broke shit,
I see the change now. They was on some different shit, Desi pistol grip, make a rapper bite his lip,
Flow arithmetic, I'll divide your whole clique,
Flow arithmetic, I'll divide your whole clique,
Desi pistol grip, make a rapper bite his lip,
Make him levitate, send him up to heaven's gates,
I'm a heavyweight, Benji still a snatching plates,
I'm a heavyweight, Biggie still a snatching place,
Make him levitate, send him up to heaven's gates,